Hey guys, Kane here, coming through with a review of the new Gorillaz album, Song Machine, Season 1, Strange Times. Now this is the Gorillaz' 7th LP so far, and this one was a little bit different to their usual way of releasing stuff, or most people's usual way of releasing music, in which they've basically released a single every month since January via their YouTube channel. So each single comes with a video as well, which is quite cool. Now the reason that Gorillaz have decided to release the album in this way is, if I read this quote, "Song Machine is a whole new way of doing what we do. Gorillaz breaking the mold because the mold got old." Now I guess that makes sense, you know, normal album releases coming out, you just wait for the big bundle and it comes out, and you know, eventually that wave rides and you kind of forget about the album, or you've overplayed it. So releasing a single every month almost extends the timeline of the album to like the whole year, so that when you're listening to it, you get each song is almost like a chapter of each season, I assume. And then when they come together, when they release the album as one whole, I guess then you can listen to it as a whole. But the point of the album is they're all standalone stories, or say narratives, which I kind of enjoyed. So every song is in collaboration with different artists. So I think if you look at every feature, it has either one or multiple artists on each song. And it does actually benefit the songs. Let's say quite a nice diversity throughout the music. And considering the album is supposed to be standalone singles with their own narratives, the album holds up really well as its own. It sounds like, you know, the same kind of vibes going through. I guess maybe that might be the goal going forward, is each season has a set of sound, and it will carry on to each season, because as much as it is a separate thing, each song, it still sounds good, and has a good rhythm flow throughout the songs. I've never been a big Gorillaz fan, but since this new album, I've actually kind of really enjoyed it. I think it's my favorite. I think it's definitely my favorite album of all their stuff, because there's more songs throughout the entire album that I kind of enjoyed and liked, and I can kind of listen to on repeat. But with some of the older albums, I kind of pick out a few songs that I like, and that's about it. We have some good producers on the album. We have Mike Will Made It, all the way to Robert Smith from The Cure. That helps to diverse the sound and bring something new to each song. Also, I can see the appeal to creating songs like in the moment. I think this is what one of the Gorillaz members said in an interview. It's the whole thing of creating a song in that moment when you can feel it, or the vibe or whatever, instead of remembering that moment and trying to act on it from a future stance. So you're kind of remembering that moment, but if you do it in the moment, you get a better vibe and sense of what you're going to be creating. Going in knowing this, I didn't know if the album was going to lose focus as the time went by, but like I said earlier, it is a consistent album and it sounds good. Now getting to my favourite songs would be Strange Times, the first song, Aries, Friday 13th, Desole, and With Love to an Ex, I think that's the one, with Moonchild. But yeah, those are the songs that really stand out that I can listen to on loop. They all just have this like really funky vibe. They're all just really catchy. They're all really big standouts for me, especially Friday 13th with Octavian. I tell my dealer, go share the wine with all of us. Such a great song. It's got that really nice vibe of just like Octavian's voice is just really dreamy and mellow, and you kind of being serenaded almost. You got the dream-like melodies and chorus. Oh, such a good song. But yeah, the album is littered with great features. You've got Robert Smith, Octavian, Schoolboy Q, Elton John, Moonchild Sonali, I think it is. What else we got? We have Skepta, although I don't think his feature on the album was amazing. When I read the Skepta title, I was expecting a bit more of a banger, but it was kind of a low-key jazz song, really. And I wouldn't say the album necessarily relies on its features as much as it's packed full of features. I don't necessarily think it's what saves the album from being good, because the Gorillaz, you know, they bring their full front with the production and their own style and stuff like that. Like, I think it still works and it still is a good album, even with it being littered with features and kind of the whole thing of, you know, it is kind of a collaborative project in that sense. I found the first song that starts off, Strange Times, with Robert Smith, kind of felt like I was starting in space, about to start some kind of journey, which was kind of cool, because kind of you are with this whole album. Momentary Bliss with Slow Tie and Slaves was another song that I kind of vibed to, but wasn't too sure about when I first listened to it. But the more I listened to it, like, the more I love it. It's got that kind of like very English punk vibe. It's like anything that most things that Slow Tie's been doing has that kind of like very British punk vibe to it. And the lyrics is like, oh Rita, we could do so much better than this. It's just a really catchy song. And then you've got the track Aries, which is super infectious with high tide. Such a catchy song, really good. Love the vocals, really infectious. And then you have the song Desolate. Standing outside the bar. With Fatuma Diawara. I can't even say the name. It just feels like, I feel like I'm like on a beach listening to this song with a cocktail. Just super cool, super summery. It's a really catchy song. Really enjoyed that one. I think my second favourite from the album would be With Love to an Ex. It just got a really, it's with South African singer Moonchild, and it's just got that really funky vibe where she's switching from singing in African and then singing the chorus in English, which was, the lyrics, just like the chorus was like, ex hitters blowing up my DMs, wanna go for brunch, breakfast or a dinner. It's just so catchy. And just like her voice is just sick. I can't wait to hear what she's got to come in the next year or so. She's blown up loads. Apparently the song is based on her and her success due to music, with her exes now wanting a bit of her life now that she's found success in the music industry. And then the second to last song, MLS, with JPEG Mafia and I think Chai, is it? That's a really cool song. I kind of wish the album ended on that song instead of the Skepta song, because it was a really nice song. It was a really strong finish. But yeah, it ended up ending with the Skepta song, which I wasn't too big a fan on, really. Just kind of a bit boring, nothing to it. Like, the more I've listened to it, the more I've kind of taken to it, but I didn't find it amazing. It didn't grab me, basically. Another thing I was actually disappointed with was the Kano features with Dead Butterflies, or the song's called Dead Butterflies. I was kind of expecting a better song, mainly because one of my favourite Gorillaz songs is White Flag with Kano, and I was kind of expecting that kind of vibe from it, something that's kind of just cool, funky. But yeah, I didn't get much out of that feature, to be honest with you. It wasn't very good. Not that his rapping wasn't good, just didn't like the song. I do happen to like the little xylophone chime going on through the beat though, the melody. That was nice. Apart from that, that's not much saving that song for me. And the same with the Elton John. I wasn't 100% sold on the Elton John at first, but the more I listened to it, the more I actually kind of liked it. His old voice just singing through just kind of lifts the song a little bit. As is with a Gorillaz project, the production is spot on. It sounds really clean, crisp, the beats hit hard, and they always find these nice little melodies, really simple. I think that's the key to making it good. Like, they have the really good vocals with a diverse artistry, along with super cool production that isn't too crazy. Just makes it sound like a really cool project. Overall, I'm really impressed with the album. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, just because I'm not a massive fan of the previous albums. My favourite is Plastic Beach, but even then on Plastic Beach there was songs that I just could throw away, basically. But this album has really impressed me. I've gone in and listened to it. I've listened to it about 5 or 6 times before doing this review, so I kind of felt the music, and to be fair, the more I listen to it, the more I kind of like different songs. So I guess it's one of those that kind of grow on you. But there definitely is some straight up bangers as soon as you go in. But yeah, apart from the couple disappointing features, I think this album flourishes, and I can see myself bopping to it for the next couple weeks for sure. Looking forward to season 2. Hopefully that starts next year, and I wonder how they continue this concept, whether they only do a couple seasons, whether they even continue it at all. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing what comes out of the next album. So now time to what I'm going to review it. I reckon I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I think the album is strong, it's consistent, and the production is top notch. Anyway, guys, let me know if you guys enjoyed the album, what you didn't like about it, what your favourite songs are. I'd love to know what you thought your favourites are. So yeah, be sure to list them in the comment section. And until the next one, peace.